Hey there, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Kel-n-rich Show. My name's Kel, and this is my awesome husband, Rich.
Thanks, Kel. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. You look lovely in pink.
Thank you. It's Princess Pink with a little heavy metal.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So we have an afternoon, evening kind of lined up here. No matter when you're listening to this, it's all good. We like to think of this as kind of live. We're working up to doing that when we get some stuff organized. So we'll have some Well Diggers, bands like the Wings. We're going to do Paul McCartney and Wings for this one. And we go all the way back with Jim Croce and then all the way forward with Queensryche and, you know, Hatebreed. And just, we're doing a lot of stuff today. We have a lot of time to get lots of reactions from Kel and certainly some new ones for me as well. So it'll be kind of a double reaction. So this one I chose from 1976. I know from the segment, has Kel heard this song? Like most of us have heard those kind of songs. This one was right in the middle. This was, she knows the chorus. Band on the run.
Yes.
She knows that, but she hasn't heard the whole song in its entirety. She certainly hasn't seen Paul McCartney live back in the days of Wings, and even with Linda McCartney, Rocking in Peace. And I believe Denny Laine is on guitar in this one. I don't remember. Yeah, I think Denny Laine is from the Moody Blues. So let's get to it. Okay.
And if you want to go make a request, you can go to the website, knr.wtf. It's on the homepage there. You can also drop some lyrics in the lyrics tab, or you can ask us a question if you like. But if you're gonna ask us a question, please don't make it a request, because the request engine is a database, so it's tracking all your requests.
Yeah. And we've changed the website up a little bit. Yeah. So there's things in different places. So for now, what we're doing was we're putting our forbidden videos in 2 columns so you don't miss them, okay? It's on the left for top videos and then, or new videos, and then feature videos kind of down the center. On the right now, all the way to the right, is the request engine, so you just put your stuff in there.
Or you can go down to the bottom and there's a tag cloud. It goes alphabetical by band name, and the forbidden videos is under F.
Yep.
Or you can look us up on Facebook. You can check Rich out. Richard Gafter, G-A-F as in Frank, T as in Tom, E-R.
Yep. Richard Gafter. Just find me, messenger me.
Great.
Here we go, Kel.
Very excited. I love that we're having a whole afternoon doing this together.
Oh, yeah.
With all of you.
Oh, it's going to go into the night.
Yeah.
All right.
Another day of rocking out at Kel-n-rich's house. I love it.
Ready?
Ready.
All right.
And we're coming towards the end of our show now.
We're doing live performances all day, all night here.
So listen, anything you got left or you want to do, you better do.
6 years after the Beatles broke up.
Oh, that's funny.
Nice axe.
Inside these 4 walls, sent inside forever, never seeing no one nice again, like you, Mama, you.
Linda.
Never ever get out of it. Not of giving it all away. Too rich and charity. All I need is a bite today. If I ever get out of here, if I ever get out of here. With a mighty crash as we fell into the sun. And the first one said to the second one there, I hope you have it all. And on the run, and on the run. And the jailer man, the sailor Sam, searching everyone for the and on the run. And on the run, and on the run, and on the run. Well, the undertaker drew a heavy sigh, seeing no one else had come. And the bell was ringing in the village square, but the rabbits on the run. A sailor Sam, searching everyone for the and on the run, and on the run. Hey. Yeah, on the and on the run. As the desert world began to settle down, the town is searching for us everywhere, but we're not gonna be found. No, no. And on the run, and on the run, the county judge, yeah, the blood, search forevermore. The band on the run, yeah, yeah, yeah. Band on the run,
We've got another minute here. See what's going on. Smash the guitar.
all right.
No, you didn't do that.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
God, I love that rasp. Just fast forward. What they did next to go back and check that out.
So I only know the chorus. That's it. I have never
That's why I did it for
heard the rest of this song
Yeah,
at
it's a
all,
great,
ever.
I think it's a great song. I think Paul McCartney only sounded the best in these years with Wings. He sounded great on the Beatles albums. I think his voice was really just so powerful, and he just, he had a hard time after the Beatles, broke up, and You know, he was drinking, staying in bed, and Linda said, "Come on, man!" And they put together the band, and they did one album under his name, under McCartney, and then they formed Wings with Denny, and then, from what I remember, they went through a lot of drummers. They went through like 3 or 4 drummers and a bunch of guitarists, but the 3 of them, the trio, stayed together. And then she passed away in I believe it was the late 90s from breast cancer. And another one, Rockin' in Peace. That's one heck of a concert they're having up there for artists of the last 60 years that have passed away. Way too young, a lot of them.
Party up there.
Yeah. So so this week, what we're doing is we're doing lots of live vintage performances, as long as the sound quality is good. The songs that I know, I'm testing. If it's a song that I don't know that someone's recommended, you know, this one came recommended. Yeah, totally. It's kind of spurred on my interest in looking at this. Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
50 years old from Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Band on the Run. So I didn't do the obviously the original or your link. I chose this one. These great songs. 3 great songs in one. I see.
Oh.
Yeah, Paul writes great melodies and tells great stories. So
we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we'll check the link out after we shut the camera off. Sorry about that. I didn't see that. I thought it was a typo. It said these are great songs. Paul writes great melodies, but it actually says 3 great songs in one. Yeah, so thanks for sending the requests. It won't always end up like that, but Patrick, thank you so much for recommending Paul McCartney and Wings. I mean, what a great sound. There's another one that I have for you called Silly Songs, and falls under the same category of kind of Mr. Blue
Silly
Sky.
songs.
Yeah. Silly love songs. Silly
Okay.
love songs. Yeah, silly love songs.
Yeah, sometimes I just have pieces of songs
Yeah.
rumbling around in there of, like I've said before, catching music, often getting in or out of a car or walking into a house or saying, "Oh, what is that?" And then somebody turns the radio station. So I sometimes have bits and pieces of songs in my head. Like this chorus is unmistakable. I think pretty much the whole world maybe might know it, but I've never heard the whole
music
song
listening world from the last 40 years. Yeah.
But
well,
I
it's
couldn't place any of the rest of the song at all musically.
Yeah,
I've never heard it.
Definitely a unique song. I mean, Band on the Run. It's even the special video that they're playing above. You know, this kind of a Band on the Run. I can't remember exactly what the tours were about with that part with this song because I never went. I was too little. But I remember early internet days looking up a lot of kind of Beatles, Wings stuff, and I remember this particular performance, so I was glad to have found it. So I'll leave the link for you guys underneath.
Yeah,
all right, Kel.
Great.
Well, there
I
you
love
go.
Paul
There you go.
I love him, and I do love the Beatles, what little I know of them. And if some of you have asked, and yes, my favorite song is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely
Hearts Club Band, yeah.
Band.
Yeah, and you know, we did Day in the Life because that came as a special request. It's certainly not a song that I would start Kel with for songs that she hasn't heard of the Beatles. I'd start way back at the beginning. In this case, with a band like the Beatles, start from the beginning, look at the first album, and move forward. So, yeah, so we'll do more Beatles. It's just it's kind of hard to get shown on YouTube. There's just a couple of issues with that.
I knew someone when I was about from about ages 6 to about 20, and he was a huge Beatles fan, and he was older than I was, and I used to babysit his kids, and he had everything that you could possibly imagine to do with the Beatles. He had all these records, and he wouldn't let us listen to them.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So again, like just another example of
near miss.
It was right there in front of me, this entire huge room dedicated to the Beatles, everything you can imagine. We were never allowed in. The door was always to be locked, and the records were never allowed to be touched and never allowed to be played. So
people are strange.
I know he was just protecting his collection, but anyways.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks. Great job. I like the way we're starting today. Nice to see all of you. We're coming right back at you.
You got it.
See you
Take care,
soon.
everybody.
Bye.